Hi, I'm Mark Lawson with Morningstar Music Publishers, and today we have a chance to visit with Tom Keesecker, who has written several wonderful piano books that are in our catalog, as well as choral pieces. But today we're going to be focusing on his piano books. He's written a series of books called the Quiet Series, and for the most part, many of them have to do with the church year. So he has one for Advent and Lent and Christmas, but he has a new one called The Quiet Heart. So today we're going to visit with him about that. Tom, welcome. Glad you're here.
Yeah, good. Finally got in here. It took me a while.
That's good. Well, can you tell us a little about what your inspiration was behind the Quiet series?
Well, I started writing the first book called The Quiet Center in November 2016. I really needed to focus less on the news, and I needed something to quiet to work on, and just to turn away from the TV. You might remember that my initial proposal for the title of the book was The Quiet Channel, and I was kind of searching for a title, and then eventually we came up with The Quiet Center. And so, I wrote that book, and then I think a lot of people liked it, and
Yes, I think so. I think it really hit a nerve for something that lets you center in on these wonderful tunes and reflect. And so many of our seasonal things are different than that. The Quiet Heart is quite different from these others, and I think that you went through some personal health crisis that led to this. Do you mind talking about that for a few minutes?
Yeah, sure. In October 2018, I thought I was having a heart attack, and well, twice. I wound up in the ER twice in 1 week, and it turned out, it was angina, and I had a little bit of blockage. But being in the ER was pretty scary. And so after that, and after I got on some meds and everything, I was kind of searching for a new topic. And so, I just went leafing through the hymnal and looked up hymns that mentioned heart or healing, and focused on those kind of things. And so that's how I came about it.
Mention some of the titles in this collection.
I haven't received the book yet. I think it'll be here in a day or two.
It's really new.
And so, I can't wait. It's still, after being published for so many years, there's still a lot of excitement about getting that book, getting it in a package and taking it out of the package, and it's all nice and shiny. Well, the first piece was There's a Balm in Gilead, and in some of the GIA Gather books, there's a Susan Briel, Marty Hogan setting called Only You, O God, that mentions heart and healing. And they use the tune There's a Balm in Gilead. Out of the ELW, Evangelical Lutheran Worship, Spirit of God, descend upon my heart. And when I wrote that, I heard there's kind of a sneaky, in my tempo markings, I put that it's to play it expressively, not static and glass-like. And actually, I had seen a Philip Glass performance. I think it was the Kennedy Center Honors. And I've never really listened a whole lot to his music, but I was kind of intrigued with what he was doing. So this piece is a little glass-like. So kind of snuck that in there. The one piece that's called a romp is in some hymnals we call the tune Candler. In some hymnals it's called Ye Banks and Braes. And there's a John Bell piece that talks about we cannot measure how you feel. And in that, it turns into a romp. I write in the preface of the book, a lot of the pieces I worked on, they're not morbid pieces. A lot of the pieces turn into dances, and they're really kind of fun. So, I think so. I would write these things, but I'm not really focusing in on pain. I guess I'm looking at healing, joy, laughter, somehow getting there.
To close this, let me just quickly say something about one other feature, and that is that along with these books, you kind of entered into a whole recording project as well. And so you have recorded all the volumes, most of which we have, but there are a couple of the CDs that I think that you have, and they're wonderfully done. Tell us about the experience of doing that and why you felt that was important.
Well, for years, people at my church have always asked, "Oh, when are you going to record? Or when can we get some recordings from you?" Or folks will come up all the time. And so finally, I get into my 60s, and I kind of, the old dog learned a new trick. I decided to record, and so I found a recording studio about 15 miles away from me, between where I live and Baltimore, and it's a big professional studio. It's actually an engineering, recording, audio school. And so I've gone down there and I've play these on a big Yamaha, and it's been a lot of fun. Been a lot of fun recording. So it's kind of stressful, actually. You're playing and you want to get them perfect, and so a couple pieces. You're 4 or 5 tries, and so
Right.
It's been a lot of fun to record. And what's been great about it is that when I go out and perform, I have something to sell to people.
That's great.
It's like a souvenir, and so I've been performing from these books and selling these CDs, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun
Well,
to do.
we're really glad that you did the books, and I think that particularly now with people sheltering at home and with people being online, that they will find this new one, The Quiet Heart, to be a particularly meaningful book. So thank you very much for spending a little time with us, and thank you for writing these wonderful volumes.
Thank you, and thank you for publishing and doing this series with me. You and your staff, Kelly and Kristen, and your staff have been superb, great to work with. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, it's always a team effort, so
Yes,
very much so. Well, thank you very much, Tom, and we hope that you continue to do well. Thank you.
thank you.